I think he's just bored. Joanne left. She was giving him attention.
Okay, bye, Chris.
How do I enter streamer mode? There it goes. I don't know what streamer mode does, but I entered it. Cool. Oh my god, it looks so different in full screen. Ah!
Really? Hey. Hey.
You ready to get back on this?
Meow.
Meow.
You grab the nutty bar. Want one?
No, you can have them both.
Okay.
I'm kind of still nervous, so I'm just chewing this gum. I'll sit here and I'll push the buttons. Will that make you feel better?
No.
No? You can play Pokemon. Will that make you feel better?
No.
What will make you feel better?
No.
Okay. You're just dead set on not being content with life.
No.
You're a nerd. I never remember that.
Really?
This is where we were.
I was eating a nutty bar.
You're eating another part.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't grab more juice.
You didn't ask me for more juice. Now what?
Did you want to keep reading these, or do you want me to do it?
I don't know.
He began walking towards the large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell into step beside him. I didn't notice it when Mai pointed him out yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy. I glanced up at him and out of the corner of my eye. Yeah! A bird. A bird on his shoulder. The bird has a jacket. The bird has a jacket. He's part of the Normal Boots Club. Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eyes.
I'm still eating a nutty bar.
You put another nutty bar in your mouth. You knew you were going to have to talk eventually.
Yeah, but I was hungry.
Drake's hungry too. He's eating over there.
There's something wrong. Why you stop?
No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Oh. This is Jacques. Isn't he cute? I lost the voice. Hold on.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It spoke.
Yeah.
He put his hand on his shoulder. Jacques jumped into his palm.
Jacques is a robot bird, see?
Hello. My robot voice. I'm not very good at it. Jacques' eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested that he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I had known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. That's amazing!
You gotta click it.
Jacques twisted his head to the side, examining me in return. Oh, I went backwards. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was.
What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Jacques, that was one time. I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless, afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club, and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation.
Jacques retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as if miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall.
I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John. I'm running out of voices here.
Hannah, nice to meet you.
Hannah. That's a cute name.
What? Thank you! So how long have you had Jacques?
Since middle school, we've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well. I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him.
It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him, but who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall.
Yeah, click it.
Oh my god, stop.
Which room are you in?
Room 206.
Seriously?
Yes?
That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. Ha!
John laughed and clasped beyond the shoulder.
Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
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 Together we entered Poppy Hall.
Yeah.
Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it to the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news. Thank you so much for showing me to class, John.
You're welcome. Is that close?
No.
Later. See ya.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my seat over here. Am I close?
No.
What's it say?
No problem. I'll see you around.
What?
Yeah.
Where's he going? It's the same classroom.
Come look at his lovely bedroom eyes.
I'm
Come.
over here.
Sit up! Like an adult.
You said I can play Pokemon. Play Pokemon.
Oh my god. Can you sit up and play Pokemon?
No, there's no back to the chair.
Would you like to sit on the chair?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine though.
We're gonna switch.
I'm just gonna lie down over here for a minute. Just give me like a minute.
Oh my god.
I'm digesting.
There's more boys!
But I'm not. It's just eating.
He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students.
You sure did.
I glanced around the room looking for an empty seat. Hannah!
Hannah.
Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron? Yeah. Mai's eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal. JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything! She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me into an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat! I slid and took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Wait, what? These are very important questions I am asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears.
Class.
I don't have a teacher voice.
Class.
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 Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of students back from break. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away. I am your teacher, Shizuko Wakashiya.
Waka waka.
Wakahisha.
Waka waka.
Waka waka, eh, eh. You may call me Miss Shizuka. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was that fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing Normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PBG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club. Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming into one giant blob. You moved from Amarisu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation? Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I
Transferred from Amarisu Public High School.
Amariris. Oh.
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amarisu Public High School.
What she said.
I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Maybe he always looked like that. Thank you. You may be seated. I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about the standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. What was his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Mai stretched her arms out over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Weren't you looking forward to this morning? Something about exciting things happening. Well, yeah, but it already did. You met JonTron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. She sighed. And I was hoping to see Jared before class, too. She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening a lot. Is Jared really that hot? Mai's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen. What? Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. Oh. I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, I might do some permanent damage to it. Especially with Satch's book in there. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put some stuff in my locker first.
They have lockers too?
Yeah. But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh. That's okay. I'll just go in ahead. Come find me, okay? Alright. I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and shoved the book inside. As good as the book was, I was infinite. What? What? As good as the book was, I was infinitely happier that I had Maya around, so I didn't have to read it. Without her, who knew what I would do with myself? Especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria. It might just be the way he was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there was almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing, joking, sharing bites of food, and splitting the cost of sodas. Suddenly, I felt very... Or maybe he was friends with them. Hey, what? Raid French? I'm sorry, I don't know. He sat at it, stabbing at his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it.
Mom's spaghetti.
I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder he was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots clubs, but different. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front.
What's that?
Was he a member of another club? Or
Any more clubs?
Yeah, there's another club.
What is it?
The Hidden Block Club.
Like Mario, I get it.
Yeah. Or maybe he was friends with them. Hey, what? Raid French? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Yavanas. Yavans.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Right? Hey, what? Hana! Oh my! Oh my. Oh me, oh my! Mai appeared at me, between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh! I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on! She grabbed my shoulder and forcefully pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong? You are so lucky I got there from when I did. That kid is Brutal Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club.
What do you want?
The Hidden Block Club?
Ian?
The rival club of normal boots. He's really weird. I mean, she looked around her to make sure no one was listening in, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Whoa. Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him, especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today. Right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really?
Is that what you thought that was? Either mine was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Oh, totally. It was so cute. Just like in my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together.
The fuck?
I don't think that's going to happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening. So, now that you're good with PPG, can you introduce me to Jared? Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal boots guys? That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't exactly talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PPG didn't like me.
What?
Why would you think that? He was glaring at me. Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. What? A triangle now? I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. PPG, I can't. But Hannah, I love you. But my maidenhood.
The fuck?
Where are you going with this? I slammed my fork on the table and Mai looked pleased with herself. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched my mind, eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario. What? No, it wasn't. I just came up with it on the spot. Mai laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl that was talking to me when we got separated? Mai told the story of her past friendship with this girl. They were eternal arch nemesis. Apparently they had some bad blood. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed out our trays together. As I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just gonna go get it. I'll see you later, though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. I waved, and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch, and eating lunch out on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. I smiled. Maybe this new school would really be better than my last. Without students inside it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. With a sigh, I opened my locker and pulled out the book Satch gave me. It was a good thing I brought it after all. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill, and he jerked up when I came in. He was a silhouette in the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. Hello, I'm sorry, did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, and then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. She's meeting a boy. You have to read.
I'm at a cutscene. Ow. Ow.
As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another normal boots jacket.
Man, it's almost like this is a game.
This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club.
Hi, Shane.
Did you know? That's this guy. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down at his desk and fidgeted with his hands a little. He turned to look at me.
You're the new girl.
I nodded. My name is Hannah. It's nice to meet you. He nodded.
Shane.
Silence fell between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it.
She's not blowing them yet.
Hey. I walked to my desk and sat down, setting the book on top of it. Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're part of the Normal Boots Club?
What gave it away? My jacket that says Normal Boots Club. Hello, Ulala 94.
Hello.
Yes, I am. Why?
He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. Oh, I just saw your jacket, so... I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Yeah, they are.
Silence.
You're nailing it.
He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Surely he wasn't on to me already. Maybe it was better not to risk it?
I don't know.
Do we want to date him?
I don't know. Who is he?
He's the did you know?
When it snows, your eyes become wide and the light, and you hide and be seen. Did you know when it snows?
I've actually
Shit.
I've only ever seen people give him his space. So I've never actually seen the scene where you try talking to him. I'm scared though. He's so intimidating.
All right, let's try talking to him.
Okay.
Whatever.
So you play games then? Shane looked over at me. I've always been interested in video games, but I didn't get to play them much growing up. They're really expensive, and my dad couldn't afford them, but I used to go over to my friend's house and play there. Thank you, Yulala. Yulala. His root is cute? Okay. Shane didn't respond. Now what? I was out of stuff to say.
Crushing it. What did you play?
Aw, he's smiling. Look at it.
Sure.
What? Oh, Mario Kart?
Mario Kart?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Yeah. We'd go into battle mode on the triple deck. He would drive around by himself at the top level, and I'd try to booby trap the lowest level.
Is that me?
Yeah.
There's a good spot next to the ramp. I'd wait there until my mom came. What? You played with your mom? I'd wait there until my mom came racing down the ramp to find me, then smash her with a red gel.
Shane's angry stare faded. He was smiling, sort of. He made the whole room seem 10 shades brighter, or maybe I was more relaxed. Your mom must have been mad.
What would you name a boy pig? She was, but she always let me do it. Probably on purpose. Did your mom...
Bacon.
Bacon.
A door slid open. Mimi, you bitch! Mimi and her friends, a couple of chattering girls, entered the classroom. They stopped and stared from me to Shane. It was clear they thought they were interrupting something, even though they were sitting on opposite ends of the room. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy they caught me talking to the Shane of the Normal Boots Club. The girls went from their desks and sat down. What were you? Shane was staring at me again, an odd, hurt look on his face. I immediately felt like I was caught doing something I wasn't supposed to.
Apparently when Shane streamed himself trying to get with himself, he got the best ending on the first try. That's funny.
That's great. Did he know what I was trying to do?
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to him.
The fuck?
He was an interesting guy. It's not like I only talked to him because he was in normal boots. Don't lie, Hannah. You're clearly only interested in him because he has a nice jacket.
He's probably a mama's boy.
But he turned, pulled out a notebook and some pens, and scribbled away, thoroughly ignoring me. It was cute. I've never seen that. It was so cute. The air was stuffy. I tugged at the collar of my shirt, sweating. The girls kept looking at me over their shoulders as if they expected something. I smiled hesitantly at them. They smiled back, and then started a conversation amongst themselves. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these Normal Boots guys? Tom was really nice when I spoke to him, but PPG and Shane seemed to hate me. They were anything but normal. We did. I waited for Mai to come to class, desperately wanting to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Class came and went, the bell rang, and I was alone. PPG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, right? How his face wasn't stuck in a permafrown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me as they left the classroom, and the other students just paired up around me. Hey, Mimi, would you like to engage in a casual discourse this evening?
Who the hell says that?
Yeah, of course! But why are you talking like that? Tumblerinas talk like that, I think. I don't know, though. I stuffed my book into my backpack and headed to the dorm. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my room. As soon as the door opened, I heard,
What?
Mai and I lay in a heap on the floor. I'm so glad you're back! She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me. What are you doing? Come look! She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without Mai's face filling my vision, I saw that something had changed. Oh my goodness! The dorm room looked nothing like it had before, except it does. It looks exactly the same. I think. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the window had light pink curtains that cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on the floor, and pillows were placed high on a mountain on the top bunk of the bed. Even our chairs had been replaced with new cushy leather ones. What happened here? Sorry I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. I thought this would come in yesterday, but it was delayed by a day. I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I'm still not done yet, though. She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk. Want to help?
Yeah.
Do I ever? We finished setting the room up and switching a few objects here and there in order to facilitate a feng shui, which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure. She wants you.
Lesbian.
Let's be honest here. We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, and then heaved great big yawns.
Ho, ho, ho. I know where this is going.
You la la. It's not even the end of the day yet, and I'm so tired. Me too. Wait! She shot up suddenly with a jolt. We should get some ice cream!
Really?
Ice cream? Really?
Yeah.
Something to celebrate being roommates. The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good, I promise.
Don't know.
And I'm paying. Well, if that's the case, you made an offer I can't refuse. I feel that.
Wow.
that.
That sounds super moochy.
Sweet, let's go! You dropped your charger.
That's okay.
The school shop was in a side building off the cafeteria, packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of sodas. Students wandered around aisles aimlessly, clearly here to spend more time than money. Mai paid the cashier and we grabbed our ice cream cones, mine the one covered in sprinkles. Whoa, this is delicious!
Yeah.
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't. I nodded and was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside. More boys.
Oh,
Commotions
man.
equal boys.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Let's see what's going on.
I can't get up.
Yes, you can. I believe in you.
Stuck.
I believe in you.
Send help.
Drake! I sent help. Mai grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, 3 boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. This again?
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm up. Give me a second. Who's this guy?
Paul, he's in the middle one.
Paul. Alright, Paul, what do you sound like? Ha! Oh, okay, bye. That's fine. I am clearly the only one who possesses the proper masculine form. Who's Josh?
I don't know which one's Josh. I think this one's Josh.
Yeah, right. I'm taller than you and more attracted to boot. Nick, come on, guys. Can you not see these muscles?
Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm. These guys always go on about weird stuff like this. They're very energetic.
I don't remember what I did for his. Oh, yeah?
Josh got in a downward-facing dog yoga pose and grinned.
That's impressive. Look at this butt. Just look at this.
What I don't understand is why they don't just ask Jared.
I don't remember what I did for this, too.
I think you went up in your nose a little.
Oh, yeah?
Paul kneeled low to the ground and took off in a sprint, heading straight for us.
Check this out.
He sprang into the air in a graceful ballerina's leap, spinning through the sky, and finally came straight for me.
Ew, that's dirty.
When I opened my eyes, I was sprawled flat on the ground, covered in dirt. Something cold and wet oozed at the top of my blouse. Hana, are you okay? I sat up. Don't pour my juice on me. Not going to get that into character. I sat up. Chunks of ice cream fell from my blouse to my skirt.
Ugh, what happened? What was this one? You ran into someone, you idiot! I think that was right.
My uniform. It's ruined. For a few seconds, silence. Then snickers rippled around me like the whining of cicadas. My throat closed up, water stinging my eyes. Not this. Not again. I stood up, prepared to walk away with dignity, when the entirety of the Normal Boots Club suddenly appeared in front of my face.
What's up?
What happened here?
Seriously? Tears slid down my face. No, not here. I don't want to cry in front of them.
Hey,
Hana. Oh, I didn't do this voice before.
No.
What is it? What does he sound like? Hana, are you okay? Are you all right?
Wait, I got it.
Seriously? No. Hana, are you all right?
I'm going home.
Bitch.
Wait, Hana. It's fine. I just want to be alone for now. It took all of my will not to run back to the dorm. I immediately changed into my pajamas and climbed into bed, reaching for my stuffed rabbit. What am I going to do if this ends up just like last time? Mr. Bunny stared at me with his big, lifeless eyes. I squished him into my chest, losing myself in his soft fur. The door opened with a soft click. Hana, are you okay? I rolled over to face the wall, pretending to be asleep. Mai stood in the center of the room for a while, looking at me. Finally, she sat down at her desk and began to work on something. The sound of her pencil scratching against the paper stilled my mind. I don't know how many hours passed, but eventually I fell asleep. I woke up to my alarm beeping, feeling only dread of the hours to come. After the nightmares of that was the ice cream incident yesterday, I never wanted to take another step outside. I was curled up in my blankets as my alarm went off. It was only the second day of school, and I felt the same as I did every morning at home. Mai, of course, was already up. I could hear her hair straightener clapping shut every few seconds from across the room. I felt bad about letting the alarm go off for so long, so I slid my hand out of the covers to switch it off. Hana! Hana! Get up, sleepyhead! I know you're awake! I didn't even have time to poke my head out before Mai's body slammed into the edge of my mattress, bouncing me up. She jumped from almost halfway across the room. Ha! You can't hide from Mai!
Oh my.
Sorry. I was breathless, and I paused to calm my heart before speaking again. Are you worried about what happened yesterday? No one cares about it, Hannah. I almost forgot about it myself. She must have seen my face. She brought an arm around my shoulders and pulled me closer to her. For real. We're going to go to class, and no one's even going to mention that you made a huge fool of yourself yesterday. You could have put that better. I'm kidding. It might have been a big scene, but it totally wasn't your fault. It was Paul's, all right?
Yeah, Paul.
Fuck you, Paul. When you jump, you have to calculate your trajectory. Like I did just now.
Yeah, that's fine.
He could learn a lot from a master like me. Get dressed and cheer up. I could bottle up your gloom and sell it to a wizard. What if he used it for evil? You can't let that happen, Hannah. Her smile was wide enough to bridge the gap between continents. The beginnings of tears pricked at the back of my eyes, but this time they were for a different reason. I opened my closet to tried to avoid looking at the sad lump of clothing inside,
Damn it.
slathered with dried up ice cream. What?
Went the wrong way.
I only had 2 uniforms, which cost my dad an entire month's salary. If I wasn't able to get the stain out of this uniform, what would I do? Sighing, I took the second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as Mai waited impatiently for me. Ready to go? I guess so. Yeah. Good! Just as Mai said, no one paid any special attention to me. Well, there were a few odd looks here and there, but nothing nearly as bad as what I was expecting. As the lecture went on, my anxiety, for the most part, faded. I took to staring out the window to avoid eye contact. A few boys were out there on the field playing soccer. Wait, was that PBG? I scooted closer, trying to get a better look. Hannah. At the sound of my name, I leaped to attention. It's leapt to attention. But that's not what they wrote. If there's something more interesting outside than samurai death battles, please feel free to enlighten us. You came here to learn, not to contemplate the scenery. Yes, Miss Shizuka, I'm sorry. She turned back to the chalkboard and continued her lecture as if nothing had happened. A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to Brutal Moose turned around and gave me a flashy thumbs up. I made a face at him, unsure of what exactly he expected me to do. Then Ian turned around and socked him in the head. You're not very nice.
Am I saying anything?
No.
Okay.
The other guy mumbled something to him, probably apologizing.
That Ian's funny.
Ian's eyes slid to me for a brief instant. Then he looked away. Were they looking at me because of what happened yesterday, or was there some other reason? I shook my head. There wasn't time for this. I had work to do if I wanted to keep my scholarship. I keep disconnecting from chat. Like, is there something I can do to, like...
No, it just means your internet shit.
My internet's pretty good, though.
I don't know, Beck.
I'm plugged in.
Why don't you just run it on something else?
You mean just, like, on the tablet?
Yeah.
The phablet?
The phablet?
Phablet! Like, I want to talk to people, so... Oh my god, I'm at 30%. Oh. Ugh.
Hey, can I get your charger?
Wait. I'm charging them.
For your DS?
Oh, yeah. You can use it.
Ha! Chew!
Bless you!
Thank you. Oh man, it's not gonna reach.
No, it should be. Here.
It's not.
It's on cat head pillow. Here.
Yeah.
There.
Oh.
There you go.
Fight
It
me.
reaches.
Fight me. Fight me.
No! After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch. Okay, everyone is almost free to go, but the work tonight isn't so hard, so don't grumble. You should work together to complete it if you have a hard time. Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. This news was met with a few cheers, and everyone started to pack up. Since you have the day of the Flower Festival off, our first exam will be the day before. There were no cheers this time. Romance is wonderful, believe me, I know. But try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That is all. See you tomorrow. Miss Suzuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a nerd. What a weird teacher. Oh, the lecture was so boring! There we go. Now we can see the chat. That's much better. Mai walked past me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria, trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday? Probably. It's true for today, too. Help me. I'm going to die of boredom. We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
What?
We already have work to do. How did you not hear that? Mai sighed dramatically and then leaned to the side and nestled and rested her head in the crook of my neck. I reached up to pat her head a few times, but she straightened before I could do it. Oh God, Hana, Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's going to kick you again? The same Paul who humiliated me yesterday. Drake is here. The same Paul who humiliated me last night strode towards me. I instinctively backed away, but he kept coming closer.
What?
Be Paul.
Which one's Paul?
The brown one.
I don't remember what I did for his voice. I'm glad I found you.
He didn't look angry to me. In fact, he was giving me an odd, lopsided smile.
I wanted to make sure you weren't hurt or anything. You ran off before I could properly apologize.
I looked down at my feet. It was embarrassing enough that I ran off crying like a little girl. But to know that I made him feel bad was even worse. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you.
At the same time, the image of my ruined uniform popped into my mind. I couldn't tell whether I was angry or embarrassed, or whether I was feeling something else entirely.
I got you pretty bad, didn't I? I think I ballerina too hard. Yeah, that's a word, Paul.
He tilted his head to the side.
It's a shame you're not wearing the uniform from yesterday. I like the pink splotches on you. It matched your hair. You got pink ice cream?
It was sprinkles.
Whatever.
Sometimes it makes the ice cream pink. A deep, sick feeling crawled up from my stomach to sit in my throat. What are you doing? My dumb, stupid hair. Everywhere I went, people made fun of it. I thought the normal Boots guys were different, and he was trying to apologize. How could he say something like that to me? Not for the first time I thought of dyeing it a different color, but quickly dismissed it. Paul was waiting for a response, Mai giving me a quick nod as if warning me not to mess this up. I mustered up my best smile, hoping it was at least somewhat convincing. It's okay,
Damn it.
I'm fine, don't worry about it.
I went the wrong way again. Anyway, I'm more than happy to pay for the dry cleaning. Josh and Nick and I feel really bad about everything. We've never made a girl cry before. Well, not by physically injuring her, I guess. That doesn't make you seem like a good person, Paul.
Thank you, but I was just going to scrub it in the sink. Dad and I could never afford at things like dry cleaning, so I was surprisingly good at hand washing things.
That thing's gonna need more than just hot water and soap. Trust me. Tell you what, I have a friend who's a natural with that kind of stuff. I'll ask her to get the stain out for you. Just meet me later and bring your uniform, okay? I'll try not to kick you this time.
Try, he says. Without giving me time to say yes or no, he nodded and turned to leave. He spun quickly back around. I flinched.
Are you and, Mai, right? Do you guys have a table? The cafeteria is pretty full now. You can sit with us if you want, just for today.
Yes! Yes, we'll go! Right, Hana? Lunch with the Normal Boots Club?
Yes, Boots.
Maybe I really could be friends with them. And no one would bother me again, not about my hair or the ice cream incident. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right. We'll see you then.
You're having lunch now.
Oh,
It's
damn it.
lunchtime.
All right, follow me, ladies.
You're gonna need to sit back up.
Not if you take off that chat thing over there.
The Discord?
Yeah, just keep... Oh, damn it.
You can't read it, can you?
No, I can't. Ah, fuck.
Wait, here we go. I can't make it any bigger. I can't make it any bigger.
Alright, I'm coming. What is this? Is this me again?
He led us to the middle of the cafeteria where the
Is it
Normal
me?
Boots Club sat with a table all to itself.
I dropped a quarter.
Mm.
Who's this guy?
Josh.
Josh. Hey, you found her. You're Hana, right?
I nodded, blushing as I took a seat at the edge of the table next to Paul. Mai forced herself between Jared and PBG. Her eyes were only a few sparkles away from forming huge hearts. Real subtle.
So, Hana, we saw that you were upset and we're all worried. Are you feeling better?
PBG looked at me, clearly concerned. My heart was beating really hard against my chest, but I wasn't sure whether it was because I was nervous or because of the sad look on his face made me want to give him a hug. Or maybe it was just because I was about 2 inches away from Paul and only an arm's length away from the other guys. As I tried valiantly to open my mouth, whispers sped up around the lunchroom. Look at those girls over there. Who do they, think they are? How come they get to sit there? I wish Senpai would notice me. I think characters have all the luck. Those girls all sounded the same, I don't care.
Dingle dangle bingle bongle.
Suddenly my thoughts turned dark. Could it be that by getting close to these guys, I was setting myself up as a target instead of getting protection? My thoughts spun around my head. I was suffocating.
I don't think they're going to use protection.
PBG was still looking at me, even more worried than before. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern. Please don't feel bad. It was my fault for getting in the way. I'm sorry for causing such a scene. I should have controlled myself better. I hung my head. I wasn't sure how to act around these guys, so I defaulted to extremely polite. My father would have been proud. PBG was still looking at me. Oops. Huh.
Hey, Hana, don't apologize. It was Paul's fault, right, Polly?
Nick shoved Paul, who looked exasperated.
I apologize as best as I could, Nick. Give me a break.
It was a relief that PBG wasn't staring at me anymore. Almost no one else was paying me or Mai any attention. Shane, however, was still shooting me quick, suspicious glances. It was almost like he didn't want me there, and I felt uncomfortable.
Hey, Hana.
Who the hell's this?
Not the completionist.
Hey, Hana. How do you like it here so far, Hana? Hana, 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 Hana.
Hana, Hana, Bobana, Banana, Fana, Fofana. Good, how about you? I like it here, thank you. Gerard smiled at me and then turned away. I picked up my food. The guys were all wrapped up in their own conversations, and mine was very busy preventing hyperventilation from being so close to Jared. I can feel his body heat. Oh dear.
You doing okay, Hana?
The smiling Satch turned to me.
I know it can be overwhelming. You're fine, right?
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thanks for recommending me that book, by the way. It's been really good.
Do you like it? That's great. I figured you would.
It's really funny, but the narrator's annoying.
Yeah, he can be a bit rude. Let me fix my glasses.
He pushed up his glasses, then grinned at me.
Anime glasses fixing. Yeah. You were pretty quiet, but I knew there was more to you.
I winced. Sorry, I can be a bit of a wallflower.
No need to apologize. I'm sure we've all been wallflowers before. But that reminds me, the flower festival, because everything around here is flowers and flowers. Yeah, flowers. That ain't me.
What do I do with this information?
I don't know. Ignore it.
Okay. He turned to the group, addressing them all. As if on cue, they all suddenly turned to pay him attention.
Who are you all taking this year?
Right, the flower festival. Miss Shizuka mentioned it before. What is the flower festival? No one's explained it to me yet. Oops.
Oh, time to save. In the end. Later, guys.
Day 3.
It's basically just a festival. Didn't you have those at your old school?
We did have festivals at my old school, but they were basically just 40 kids grouped in one room sharing snacks they brought from home. Well, we had something like them, but I stopped going. Oh, why not? They're so fun! I didn't really want to answer. There was no way I could say, well, my friends turned on me, so when I went, people pretended I didn't exist.
Rip.
But Mai was waiting for an answer, and everyone was looking at me. I'm just not into that stuff, I guess. Oh, well, maybe you'll like this one more. The flower festival happens all over Japan around this time of year. It's a big deal in... Hey! in Higanbana, but that's the town right next to Asagao. There's apparently some kind of myth about flowers that's somewhat important.
Supposedly, the founder of was an old man who got lost in the mountains and almost died of thirst. This flower spirit came to him and offered him help in return for his vow to protect her home. I want to do the same way.
Can we finish this scene?
No.
Can we finish this scene?
No, I'm done.
Please?
I'm done.
Please?
I don't wanna.
Please?
I don't wanna.
Please?
I don't wanna.
Just finish this scene. It's not much longer.
Fine.
You're literally the worst.
He agreed, and she drained herself of all... No, your arm's in the way now. No, can't see it. Of all her water so he could drink. The man founded Higanbana, Higanbana to watch over the meadow in which he met the flower. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. In some versions of the myth, the man and the flower spirit fell in love. It's a truly romantic festival. One may hope to find someone with which to make a vow of eternal love, just as the man and the spirit did, and to live on to protect the one they love.
Jared winked and Mai swooned.
So during the day of the flower festival, there's a lot of stalls to set up, and you can go play games, eat food, or go flower viewing. Then at night, there's a special meadow over by the temple where you can go watch the flowers. And there's a bonfire and dancing. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to it every year. Asagao sells paper flowers in a little booth to raise money for the school. So there's usually a big volunteer drive beforehand for people who are good at origami.
Origami? I'm good at origami.
Nerd. Really? Shane is too. Maybe you should work together.
Hey! Shane
Shane
gave a tight-lipped smile. Somehow I didn't think that would be happening.
I did. Hey, speaking of, I swear you rejected 10 girls last festival season. I mean, it's nothing compared to me naturally, but there were so many girls with broken hearts. Even I couldn't mend them all. What a terrible... What? Who's this? Who am I? What am I? You still hung up on your English girlfriend?
Shane flinched, visibly taken aback, and he shrugged.
I don't talk to her anymore. Oh, Shane. I just want you to be happy, that's all. Oh, gay.
He's sparkling.
They're both gay.
He wiped away a fake tear, and Shane grimaced. How great would it be if someone asked me, maybe even if one of the normal Boots guys did. No, I doubted that would ever happen. I almost swallowed my gum. They were only letting me sit there because they physically assaulted me.
Can I eat this?
Yes. I sighed and cut my beefcake with a plastic knife. Beefcake's a real thing.
I don't know. So, any girls in mind, fellas?
Beside me, Mai shifted nervously, her eyes flicking from Jared to her french fries. She looked like a child who stole several cookies. Jared spread out his arms and raised an eyebrow, a god waiting for names to fall into his lap.
I'm thinking of going solo this year, to be honest. Yeah, same. Man, you guys are boring. You aren't much better, man. I am on another level compared to you guys. I already got my choice picked out.
There was a quiet clattering next to me. Mai had dropped her fork.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. There'll probably be a new choice tomorrow.
Jared flipped his hair with his hand.
You know me so well. There's only so much time to make so many different girls' dreams come true. I must find the one who is in most need. It's not even about which one you like, huh? Nope! And you make fun of me.
Just then, the warning bell rang, and it was time to head back to class.
Is this scene over yet?
As everyone got up to toss their trays, I stood up and, overwhelmed with a sudden burst of feeling, shouted, "Thank you for letting me and Mai eat lunch with you today. I really appreciate it." Yeah, thanks. Hana was having a terrible day, and you guys cheered her right up. So, see you guys again tomorrow, same time. Mai tilted her head, eyes twinkling. Mai! Paul said we could only sit with them today.
What?
Paul's back.
What'd he say?
Is cool.
Cool.
Paul waved a hand in dismissal, almost dropping his tray with the other.
What now? Can you just read it?
The cafeteria is really crowded, and we have extra room at our table.
I thought we already did this part.
People are too afraid to sit with us or something. Well, we did kick a girl yesterday. All three of them shrugged at the same time and left the room, moving in unison like a team of synchronized swimmers. Jared jumped his tray and jogged to catch up with them. As soon as they were out of earshot, Mai took my hand in hers and jumped up and down. You did it, Hana! We get to sit at the popular table. I've been trying to do that for 2 years, and you did it in 2 days. She dropped our hands and made a jokingly, I think, angry face. Main characters have all the fun. All right. That's it for today. I guess. So bye, no one. Wait. Bye. Bye.